Hey guys, we're back at the workshop and today we're going to start off where we left last time. So today I finally want to glue up those scales to this knife here, and I want to finish this knife here. We have to do some hand sanding on this one, and we have to glue up this one. I will glue up these first, and before that we have to finish up the top part here, because after glue up you can't do that anymore, so we have to do that now. So what I mean by the top part here is this one here. We just have to do that before glue up, because after glue up we are not able to reach this portion here with the grinder, and if you would glue it on now we would have messed up the blade. So we are just grinding that off, finishing this part, and then we can glue up, and then we can shape the rest of the tang. Right, so now you can see I have started roughing out the shape of the tang here from the top portion, and then as you can see this pin here is really close to the end of this one, which it should have turned out like that, but I just moved the bevel too far back. That just happened while I was trying to figure out the grind of this blade. But as I said, this is just a prototype, so next time I'm going to change that. But this is also the thing, you know, I'm just learning now, and this was a mistake, and now I learned from that mistake that I made it wrong and it doesn't look as good as it should be. But I think in the end it's still going to look really solid and nice, and I'm going to now hand sand the top portion here, because I have taken it up to a grinder with 120 grit, and now I'm going to take it up to 400 or 600 grit by hand. So before glue up we have to clean the knife, the scales and the pins, because we have a lot of oil on them, so the epoxy won't stick to oil. That's why we have to clean them really nice. First I'm going to use some WD-40 degreaser and then some acetone to finish it up and let it dry really good, and then we can do the cleanup, the glue up. Right, so as you can see here, I have this little tab here. That's just because later when I'm cleaning up the blade, I want to unwrap partially my blade or my bevel to clean it up better, because often you have a little line of epoxy here. That's just happened with my glue ups lately, so that's why I have this little tab, so I can unwrap it really easily and I don't have to fumble around finding the end of the tape. So that's why I have this little knob here. So now that blade is glued up, I mixed up way too much epoxy. That just happens sometimes, but rather too much than too less epoxy, and everything is really nice and clean. I'm just going to clean up the bevel a little bit better with some acetone, and then we're just going to let it dry for a couple of hours. Now that the glue up is done, we can focus on this knife here. We have to hand sand the grip or the scales, and then we have to apply a finish later on this knife, so we have to sandblast it again so it's better clean. But now we are going to shape the scales, and then we're going to finish this knife. Right, so now we're done with the hand sanding. I took it up to roughly 1000 grit and it's really smooth and it feels really well in the hand. I really do like the wood, how it turned out and how it looks. And now we have to apply a finish to this knife again. We are sandblasting it and then we're going to throw it in the acid and then we're going to put a stonewash finish on it, and then this knife will be nearly finished. So we are going to do that now. So you can already see how it's blackening up the steel, and it's really cool, and I really love working with the acid and just working around it and how it works. And we'll just leave it in there for I think 20 minutes or so, and then we will be cleaning it up, taking it out, clean it up, and don't spill anything of that. Alright, so now that this knife is acid washed, we have to take it to my professional stone tumbler. Right, so now we have the blade is basically done beside an edge, but I will do the edge after the sheath. So now we can assemble the scales to it, and then we can also oil the scales up. And I also oiled this portion here because water can run into it or moisture, and I don't want that to happen, so any rust occurs. So I'm just oiling this stuff also up because you don't glue it up, you just screw it. And I will fix the screws with some blue Loctite so you can get it off if you have to. Right, so now that we've done with this knife, we have to start working on this knife. And there's my welding machine, which I just bought today, and I've got my chainsaw back, so pretty awesome day. And now we have to work on this blade. I'm really excited for that. Right, so now this knife is rough profiled with a 40 grit, so we have to take it now up to 400, 600 grit with hand. And I'm sorry that I couldn't record everything, but the G10 is just so dusty that I couldn't record everything because it would have damaged my camera. As you can see, all that red or pink dust, everything is just from that G10. It goes all the way, like I find stuff over there and there, which is also pink. So that would have just destroyed my camera, or not destroyed, but it's not really good for a camera, so the dust. So that's why I haven't recorded everything, just to show you, because I don't have a dust collection system. It's kind of in the progress, but that's just the way at the moment. And because I don't have the money for a really nice dust collection system, so that's why I have to live with all the dust and clean it up afterwards. Alright guys, this is the day. Next time we're going to finish this knife. We're probably going to sharpen up the other knife. And I really enjoyed today because I could finish a knife and see how it's turning out. This is, I think, always the best part, when you have a finished product in the hand and see what you have made by yourself. And I hope you also enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below, what do you want to see next, and if you liked the video or not. And if you want to see some finished knives from me, you can also check out my Instagram. I have a link down below. And yeah, see you next time, guys.